decided to come back on here to make a video. I'm on my way home from work. Normally I don't come back on here and make a video in the afternoon. I usually only do one in the morning. But I wanted to come back on here because I kind of felt bad as I thought about it throughout the day. And I read some of you all's comments on the first video that I did this morning. I felt bad because, I'm always on here talking about God and faith and praying and this, that, and the other. And I felt bad that I got on here and I was telling you all, my issues with, what's been going on the job. And I was kind of complaining and I was feeling really down and I was feeling depressed. And I felt bad that I was saying, or even that my title was that I'm depressed. But I think I've shared with you all that I suffer from depression. And I've suffered from depression since about the age of 16, when my grandparents were brutally murdered. That's when it started. I never dealt with depression or had depression until that happened with them. And I've been dealing with depression for years. And so it doesn't take very much to depress me, it could just be something, not going right, or a death, or something that would just trigger and put me into a whole state of depression, of not wanting to eat, not wanting to get out of bed. I struggle every day with it. It's a demon. And if you never had to deal with that, it probably will be hard for you to understand. And a lot of people that don't understand about depression always say these kind of things. Oh, you blessed. Oh, somebody got it much worse than you do. Or, you got to just learn how to deal with life and life situations. And that's easy for a normal person who doesn't deal with depression, right? And I do have faith, and I do believe in God, and I do love God, and I do know that God is for me. But sometimes we live in this world and it's rough, and I do get on here and I do talk to you all about God and about faith and praying, and I do that. However, I still deal with it. So I felt like I needed to come back on and just say that, I'm always trying to encourage, but I didn't do very well today because I was feeling really down, and I still feel down. And to the point that I tried to really shake it, and I just couldn't. So this morning when I went in and I found out that I was going back out to dig holes, I just couldn't hold it no longer. So I was in there talking to one of the E-men, this guy, he's the E-man over the drivers. I didn't burst into tears, but tears just started rolling. And he was like, oh, Cece, don't do that. Don't do that. And he was like, you can only do what you can do. Just go out there and do the best that you can. And I was like, okay. I was like, I know, And he was like, I just hate to see you so upset. And I was just like, I said, I know this is, part of my job. I'm a construction laborer. I know that. I said, but I just feel defeated. And I said, I feel defeated because I'm in so much pain. Like, I have a pinched nerve in my neck. And this was from a driver over in garbage. I was dumping a can. And he drugged me down the alley with the can still up in the air. This can was really heavy. I tore my rotator cuff. I pulled something in my neck. I've had 4 or 5 neck injections to try to correct this. And it's nothing that you can do to correct it. But it went away because I wasn't doing anything strenuous. My shoulder is back to hurting because, of course, I'm digging, right? And so my knee hurt, My foot hurt. My foot is just burning. And this was, I believe that, I do believe that I have some type of, nerve damage. Well, I know I have nerve damage in my foot from that nail. And I even though they gave me, I got a tetanus shot. I had a tetanus shot before the incident happened with my foot. So I had a tetanus shot. So I didn't have to have another tetanus shot. And I had gotten a tetanus shot because I got burned behind the garbage truck with some acid, battery acid. My legs were burned. Went through my clothes. I don't know how, but it did. But anyway, so I had already had a tetanus shot for that, because a tetanus shot lasts 10 years. So I had a tetanus shot. So when the nail went through my foot or penetrated my foot or whatever, I had already had a tetanus shot, so I didn't need another one. So my knee hurts. I mean, I just got a lot of stuff. My back was hurting, and I just felt like I just didn't have the energy to do all that today. I did what I could. I did what I could. I had to wipe my eyebrows off. I did what I could. But I wasn't very successful at what I did. But I did what I could. But it wasn't good. Now I'm sitting in this traffic going home. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. And so I just wanted to come back on here real quickly. I didn't want to be on here too long. Just wanted to come on and say to you all, I apologize. And, I was just having a day. Just having a moment. And, this job just ain't easy. Oh, can't reach that. This job just not easy. It's just not easy at all. And they just keep putting me back out here. I don't know why I'm putting this eyebrow back on, because I ain't going nowhere. But and then the foreman, he was getting on my nerve today. He was really getting on my nerve, because, he just act like we slaves. Like, he was like, every time you go to the bathroom, because me and this guy, we ride out together, he got to go to the bathroom, and you got to go to the bathroom, just go. You don't have to, take him with you. And I'm like, what difference does it make? He was like, he a man, he can go behind the tree. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to pee outside. You get fired for that. And I'm just like, what is your point? You know what I'm saying? What is your point? Why are you in my face with this? When you gotta go to the bathroom, just go. Don't ask him, do he have to go to the bathroom? Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. I mean, it's just so much. It don't make sense. And then he was like, then he was mad because we were helping each other, because we couldn't find the gas line. He was like, all y'all need to help each other. Yeah, fucker, we do. Why are you worried about it? Go somewhere and sit down. And we found a lot of them. And that's because we were helping each other. I said, do you want us to not? I said, we don't help each other. I said, we found 6. I said, we got another block to do. And I said, so, one person alone, I said, you would get less. You know, let us work as a team. We know what we doing. I'm telling y'all, I got to get the fuck up out of there. I got to get the fuck up out of there. I got to. I don't like this petty bullshit. You know, and then I'm the only woman out there, right? So, you know, they looking out for me because I am a female, and they know that it's hard for me to dig, right? But the thing is that I'm the only female out there, and it's all men. When I tell y'all, they just get on my nerve. They be squabbling with each other. They be fighting with each other, and I'm just like, when y'all gonna grow up? I mean, come on, y'all just doing the most out here. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm just irritated. I'm really, really irritated. And then the guy who was trying to talk to me, he came back out there and he was talking and he was like, you know, you need to come on in, because he gave me his number. I want you to call me. I want you to call me. I want to really take you out. And when I tell y'all, he not a bad looking brother, but he ain't for me. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm just gonna tell y'all this. He reminds me of the sperm donor in a way. Not, you know, look nothing like him, but he got that whole, you know, swag, West Side, you know what I'm saying? That whole just bad boy vibe. I don't want no more bad boys. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no bad boys. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't have no problem getting no man. I don't have no problem getting no man. I was telling my mother, the maintenance man where I used to live, and y'all heard me talk about him. He sent me some weird ass text the other day talking about he want me. I've always wanted you. I want you. I don't want nobody. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell y'all that I don't have desires and I don't want companionship. Sometimes I do. I mean, I'm gonna tell you all the truth. I do more than I don't. But I don't want to be bothered. I just don't want to be bothered. And I know people think, a lot of these men think, oh, I'm stuck up and I'm mean and this is why I don't have nobody. I just don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered. You know, I wish it had worked out with me and my friend. I really do. I wish that we were still in each other's lives and things work. But you know what? I can't be with you if you don't like me. I can't be with you and I'm treating you good and you don't treat me good. If you don't have no respect for me, if you don't have no regard for my feelings, I don't care what we are. If I mean something to you and you mean something to me, you should care about how I feel. I should care about how you feel. I'm so careful with not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, right? Especially somebody who's been there for me. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I know what it feels like to be hurt. But I wish it had worked out, but it didn't work out. I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. I accepted it a long time ago. I moved on with life as he did as well. But these other dudes, he's like, I just believe you for me. You know, you are for me, this guy today. I just believe you for me. And he not ugly at all. He not ugly. He was dressed really nice today. He came out with this powder blue, one of my favorite colors, on a jogging suit. He clean cut, you know, but I can tell he had had some years on his life. And I don't want to deal with nobody who, he already told me he had a felony, because he was talking about getting a job where I work. He was asking me, would they hire you with a felony? And I said, yeah, it just depends on what it is. You know, I gave him the email address. He does work. He do have a job, but he work, I don't know what he worked for this. He work in the church. He said he do maintenance and he do this, he do that. He was saying he lived on the block. He said, but the building got a lot of mice. He said, and they got, we had some big flood here in Chicago last year, a year before last. And he said, you know, the basement flooded because we got all that rain. He said he lost a lot of his tools and stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. I I don't know if he got a car or not. I don't know. I didn't ask. He was like, I need you to call me. I need you to call me. I gave you my number. I want you to call me. I need you to call me because I want you and I want to take you out. And he might be a nice guy, but I had the bad boys. I had the men who ain't got their shit together and I don't want nobody like that. I want somebody who is on my level. I want somebody who work. I want somebody who got something. You know, he telling me he lived out in a suburb with his daughter, you know, and you know, he was like, you want me to bring you? Because he was going somewhere. He was like, I'm waiting on the mail lady. Excuse me. And he said, he was real nice. Like I said, and he's fun. He's nice to talk to. But that's it. That's it, you know. And he was like, you want me to get you something? I'll go buy you something. He said, you want something to eat? I'll bring you something back to eat. You know, just really being nice. Because he brought me back a water last week or whatever. I just can't. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I just can't. I can't do it. It's like going, it's like pedaling back. It's like going 10 feet, you know, backwards, you know. I need a man who's on my level. And he just not on my level. He nice. But see, I ain't falling for I'm nice. Because see, you nice, but you gonna be a problem later. And I see that. And what I see in him is that he ain't got much of a lot. You know, he ain't got much of a lot. And that's going to be a problem. And I already know that. I'd already been there, done that. You know, I'm not looking to do that no more with nobody. I need to know you know. He was saying that, you know, he out there staying with one of his daughters. He has 3 daughters and a son. He's staying with one of the daughters as he's looking for him an apartment. And, you know, like I said, he seemed like he got a job. I don't know what all he do. I didn't ask him. But and like I said, and he ain't ugly. He ain't ugly. We're about the same height. He a little guy. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. And he was telling me that, you know, anytime somebody said they had been in the joint, which is jail, I can't do it. I can't. I just can't. I don't want nobody who been to jail and who got a felony and ain't got a job and ain't really working. And I know he worked because he said he worked. But y'all know what I'm saying. It's just that I don't want that. I don't want that. He was like, I want. So, and I told him, I said, I don't date. He was like, okay, you don't date. He was like, why you don't date? And I said, I don't date. I'm not interested. And he was looking at me kind of funny. I said, I'm not gay. He was like, oh. He was like, I thought that's what you was going to tell me. I said, no, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I don't like women. I like men. He said, well, if you like men, what's the problem? The problem is there's certain motherfuckers I don't like. And you happen to be one of them. You know, I know it's going to be a problem. I know it's going to be a problem. And I've said this so many times to women. You're going to have a problem with a man when y'all ain't on the same level. And it's not financial. It's not just financial. But somewhere along the way, he's going to be mad. He's going to get jealous. He's going to throw up in your face. Oh, you think you all that? Because I've had it done to me. Okay, I've had it done to me. Oh, you think you all that because you got a job and you got this and you got that and blah, blah, skippy, woo, 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 and all of this and all of that. I'm not finna deal with that. And like I said, we just don't, you know. And he's trying to convince me, and it's like, you can't convince me because it's not gonna happen, you know. He was like, I just believe that God made us meet for a reason. Yeah, you was walking down the street. And you saw me digging some holes. You saw this big ass bent over digging some holes. And I would be excited too if I saw a woman with all this ass bent halfway over in a goddamn hole digging dirt. You know what I'm saying? I'd be excited too. You know, if I was a man, like damn. You know, and I'm working in like the heart of the hood. So you know, there's another guy that came out the building. He was staring at me. But I got to get down there and dig this dirt, you know. But I'm all bent over. And they like, look at all this ass bent over. Damn. So yeah. But it ain't because we meant to be. That ain't it. You saw ass, and that excited you. And I get it, you a man. Most men like ass, and I get that. But what I can do for you, bro. And I'm trying to just be nice to him and everything. And he was like, call me tonight. Not gonna do it. Not gonna happen. Nope, and nope. He's like, I don't know. He said, I gave you the number. I don't know why you won't call me. I won't call you because I don't want you calling me or texting me because I don't want to be bothered, because I ain't looking for what you trying to do, what you trying to get. I'm not trying to do that or get with you. I'm not. So it don't even make sense. It don't even make sense to go there with you because it's not happening, you know? But, you know, I desire companionship. I just wanted to be what I wanted to be, you know? And I was thinking today, I said, now all them times my friend would come over and I would rub him down, massage him. Now I ain't got nobody to massage me. You know what I'm saying? How he ain't here for me, you know? And I'm like, well, you know, it is what it is. I guess I'll get my massager out and that'll be my massager. But I just wanted to come back on here and you know, I don't know, come back on here and apologize because I felt bad, because I was like, you talk about God, but then you talk about you depressed, you know, or you having a bad, or you know, you complaining or whatever, you know, and I do have faith, and I know that when God is ready to take me to another level, whichever way he wants to take me, I know he's gonna do it the way he want to do it, and in his timing, not mine, you know. And I really just didn't even feel like this until they started messing with me and putting me on all these different job assignments. And this, I mean, it's just hard for me. And I guess that's why I'm depressed, because, you know, I'm always in pain anyway. And then this is just making the pain worse. You know, it's just making the pain worse. And I'm just like, Lord have mercy. I'm just too old and too broke down for this. I'm just too old and too broke down for this. And I just believe in my heart, God got something else better for me than this. I just do. You know, it just ain't for me no more. It just ain't for me no more. I think about when I was working at the university and I was a secretary. I didn't have all these. I wasn't all broke down like I am now. I'm so broke down. It takes me so long. And this is another reason why I don't really go a lot of places too, is because, come on, girl. How long you gonna sit at this light? I don't go to a lot of places because of my knee and my thigh and my foot and my back. And then I just be in a lot of pain. So I don't go a lot of places. I be wanting to go, but it's like, it takes me a while to get up, you know, the arthritis, you know, all of that, you know. So, I don't know, y'all. I just don't know. But like I said, you know, I think back to when I was at the university, you know, my body just hurt. And I just hate the way my body hurt all the time. I think about before I started this job and have all of these aches and pains and all these, I wasn't all broke up and broke down, you know, like I am now. And then I'm older, you know, and I'm like, how long are you going to be able to do this? All back here, all in my neck, all up in here, where I have a pinched nerve, it just hurt. And I can't get down in the sauna or the bathtub, you know what I'm saying? And I could take a shower down in the basement, because that's a sauna, and that's the one that got the heat, you know, that could really like massage me. But I don't even go. I might take a shower down there down there tonight. That's Christopher's shower, and I don't know if he uses them jets or not. I don't know, but he loved that shower. I ain't never took a shower down there since we've been in the house. I haven't never taken a shower in the other bathroom. I got 3. And the other bathroom is an actual sauna that I could get down in, but I ain't got nobody to help me up. And that would be perfect to soak. But child, I ain't got nobody to help me get up out that bathtub. I'll be there till the next day. They'll be looking for me. I can't get my big ass up out no tub. And that was another thing too when I was dealing with, you know, not the friend, but Darnell. He had a tub. He didn't even have a shower. I said, I said, you take a bath every day. He would take a bath. I said, how do you get out of this bathtub? I had the hardest time scooting and getting out the bathtub. So when I would go to his house and I would spend the night or whatever, I would go home and take a shower at my shower and then go over there. I'm like, how long you think you're going to be able to get down in this tub? And then he said the sister didn't have a shower either. They just have a tub. I'm like, don't nobody in this day and age just have a tub and not a shower. I'm like, that's weird to me. That's very, 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 very weird. No stove and no shower. Okay, whatever. If this dude had it going on, and I knew he had it going on, and I know I'm judging a book by its cover, but I'm usually ain't off the mark. But if he had it going on, and he was coming with a different type of flavor and a different type of talk, and I knew that he had something, you know, more going on for himself, he might have a chance. But child, I ain't finna do it to myself. I just ain't. I'm just not finna do it to myself. Because I already know what this is going to be like. I already know. I've been here too many times. Too many times. And I think he 50 something. I don't remember how old he told me he was. He not that far behind me. I'm older than him, but he like 53, 54, between 52 and 54. I can't remember how old he told me he was. But he smoked. He got high blood pressure. Now, I'm not saying nothing about that, because I asked him, I said, because he was talking about his high blood pressure and how he hadn't taken his medicine. I was telling him about my friend that died. I said, please take your medicine. You know, we was talking about that. He's like, see, I need a woman like you, because you know, you seem like you would encourage me to do the right thing or whatever. And he's like, you got your shit together. You out here working. You got a job. I didn't even tell him that I was no homeowner, because they didn't even be trying to move in. I told my mama, I said, that's how, because I was talking about the maintenance man. I said, him and another dude that I know, 3 of them. I said, yeah, as soon as they found out you bought a house, here they come. You ain't moving up in here. That ain't happening. This is what I don't understand. I got brand new brakes, but these brakes still squeal. I don't understand why they do that. They brand new. I just got a brake job done. I got new brakes in the back and new brakes in the front. I don't understand. I don't know why they squeal. I just got the brakes done in the back. I don't get paid till Tuesday. Lord Jesus. I had to go over to my OnlyFans account and take a little money out of there. I'm trying to save money so that I can pay for the rest of my trip or whatever. Like, man. keep y'all. I can't believe I talked for 30 minutes already. Jesus. Anyway, I'm gonna let you all go. Thank you all for watching another video. I just wanted to pop back on real quick. I didn't know I had been on here that long. Wanted to just pop back on real quick and just say to you all, thanks for the words of encouragement. Thanks for the prayers. Thanks for the love. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry that I was being a Debbie Downer today. But that's just how I felt. You know, it's just how I was feeling. But I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for your support. And I'm just praying that I'm just praying that something else open up. I don't know. You know, they say dreams do come true, and I hope one day mine do come true. But I'm exhausted. Yesterday I came in, I sat on my mother's couch and fell asleep. I was so tired. Don't feel as tired today, but I'm just in pain today. But I don't know. And then, like I said, it's so much bull crap on that job. I get so sick of the people. I just get so sick of them. So, I just get so sick of them. I really, really do. I get sick of them. And then I found out too, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. This, you know, the co-worker that constantly always talking shit about me. Why did another co-worker tell me that he took a picture of me while I was out here digging? And I'm like, when did he have time to take a picture of me? Because he wasn't even out here when I was out here. I don't know if he drove past and he took a picture of me. What is, you know, I'm sick of that too. I'm sick of that too. I'm like, okay. I'm finna nip that shit in the bud. I went and told my foreman today, I said, look, enough is enough. And so I gotta make some decisions in regards to that too. You know, I gotta do something about this, because this motherfucker will not leave me alone. He will not leave me alone. So I'm just I gotta handle this. So anywho, y'all, you all have a great evening or afternoon, night, morning, whatever time you watch this video. I'll be back on tomorrow. We're gonna be in the middle of the week, Wednesday. And I am praying that the next 3 days go smoothly. I'm tired of them sending me out here. We almost done with this, but then some other big job is supposed to be coming up. I don't know. I just don't know. And then my foreman said we supposed to be having a training on, I wanted to know if you wanted to participate in the training on the forklift Monday. I'm like, yeah, I'll go for the training. Because if I go to another department, at least I can say I know how to work a forklift. So I'm gonna do the training for that. Not that I want to though, but they got 2 brand new forklifts, and they want everybody to be trained on how to use them. So I was like, yeah, I'll go for the training. I can't really say no. He asked me, did I want to participate? And I just said, yeah, because I don't want to seem like I'm, don't want to learn it. And if I go to another department and they have forklifting things, I want to be able to say I know how to do it, But my doggone foot, my foot hurt. I don't know. I just don't know. So we'll see how that goes. And if it get me out of not going out here to dig holes, yeah, I'll learn it. So we'll see. So anywho, I know that I always say that, but I will see you all tomorrow. And I hope that tomorrow's gonna be a better day than today was. I'm praying.